So, hi everyone. I just filmed a shadow work card for the Rainbow Warriors membership. Oh wow, Hole in the Soul. So and it was basically it was called Family and Tribe. Oh my god, victim consciousness. And just to sort of like go over what it was, is it's about how your limiting beliefs from your family or like ancestral, down the generations. It can be like about ancestral curses and stuff like that too. But it's about how, you don't have to live by the ways of the past if they don't suit you now. It's reclaiming your power. So it's quite a powerful message. But anyway, that's on the Rainbow Warriors. So that's for you guys. And then I'm going to pull them individual messages when they give me their permission, because it's a recorded video. I don't want to just do it, because again, I'm very strict my boundaries around that. You might see on other channels people just going ahead and pulling people's cards, and again, I know that comes from a really good place, but I'm very strong about, we're not always in the place to receive a message, so I think it's wise to just always make sure, ask people's permission. I'm also very strict on, we should never just read people's energy. Like whenever I sort of see that on other people's, or if people sort of do it here, which doesn't really happen too often, because again, I make my boundaries really clear. We shouldn't just read people's energies on chats and stuff like that either. Like whenever I'm sort of kicking about online, yeah, it's, if people are asking for the help, then that's different. But unsolicited advice and reading people's energy, it's a big no-no. Especially because, like, look, like, there's no other way to say this, but to be blunt, right? Like, when I look at it from other people's point of view, when I go to somebody else's channel, I'm not going there for my energy to be read by the other people in the chat, right? As amazing as they might be, other healers and psychics and stuff like that, I'm going there for the person whose channel it is, to be blunt. So I don't know about anybody else, but that's definitely, what I mean. I'm going there to hang out with Soul Family too. But when it comes to, it really depends what the channel's about. Do you know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know why that's coming through, but it's coming through really quite strongly. It might be coming through because, like I said, the Sun in Scorpio was, in fact, wait a minute, it might still, I'm just going to check the, oh, and also that's funny, the time's about to be 1804, which means union on this channel, as we know, but it's also 1804 is my birthday. That's why I bring in the unions, one of the reasons. Yeah, it's still considered that. Yeah, it's still, the Sun is still conjunct my Saturn. But it's going into the later degrees now. But it was exactly conjunct it, and with some of the stronger messages the other week there. But also it's to do with like Saturn in Pisces is confusion, illusion. So that's like blurry boundaries. And that's retrograde just now, and that goes direct on Friday, well, on the 15th, with the full moon in Taurus. So it's a lot of expect unexpected. So I just feel there's going to be a big shake up with people's boundaries. So I think this message about boundaries is quite strong coming in. So again, the Hole in the Soul is my sign about soul retrieval. If you're not aware of that, that's what this whole channel is about. It's about reclaiming your power, speaking your voice, aligning, balancing your inner feminine, your inner masculine. It's what I say at the start of every video. It's about a lot of inner child healing, shadow integration. Like I say all the time, whenever I do shadow integration with people, it's usually always a part of your heart inner child. So it's inner child soul retrieval is basically everything. Clearing trauma. I clear trauma at the sacral chakra, the womb space for women, the sacral in general for men. We hold a lot of pain, trauma, stuck energy. And when you clear enough of that trauma, you'll see miracles start flooding in. Just watch the last live stream I done, and people were sharing about how the prayer circle's working and stuff, and the miracles coming in. And I love it. That's what's happened the whole time I've had memberships groups. Like, I've had Crystal Clear Visions for 10 years next year, and things like that have always happened. Even when I've done stuff under a different name before, like, I'd send like Reiki, because again, it's not, whatever I'm doing, it's not Reiki, right? But it's like, I'd send distance healing to people. And I remember, I haven't told this story very often, but they're reminding me. So maybe somebody out there really needs a miracle in this way. There was a woman that, she was trying, her and her husband were trying to get pregnant. She was told by a doctor she couldn't get pregnant. And like at the time, I'd set this up on one of the other platforms, like ages ago, basically, and it was like a distance healing session. Anyway, long story short, I sent just 30 minutes distance healing, and the next thing she knew, she was pregnant. So, and she swears it was down to the healing that I sent her. Now we now know, like, that's quite 444 angels, that's quite normal, because the angels are around me all the time, healing people. But it was at the time, I was actually, because look, now I'm going back to that, I was quite overwhelmed, and I actually, rather than keeping doing it, I actually went into a bit of a freeze, and I freaked myself out, and I didn't do any more work on there for ages. And then I remember connecting with another woman who'd unfortunately went through a lot of dark, deep trauma, you know, a lot of abuse and stuff, you know, in that way. And yeah, again, she was just blown away by the healing. She really, really felt it. So again, they're just, if you are in, that if you're feeling like, you're, again, I don't want to say a victim consciousness, because I'm sure whatever's happened to you, whoever's, I feel like this message is, this it's Scorpio season, so I feel this message is really, speaking to people that have got some deep, dark traumas that you've really sort of pushed down. It's like, particularly that one of the women I'm thinking about, because again, this was literally, like, this was quite literally over 10 years, this was quite literally about 10 years ago now, but I just remember that woman had just had a terrible life, and yeah, she really, yeah, she felt very grateful to have connected with me, and I felt very grateful to have connected with her too. So if you're in this victim consciousness that that there's nothing can help you out of this, that's not true. There are people around here that can really help you pull back the lost soul fragments in a big way. Whether if you're on the twin flame journey, you're in the right place, because yes, I read cards. I love reading cards. I don't even need cards to read energy. I can just tap in and channel. The cards just make it fun because they back up what I'm saying. But I'm more about the healing. If you come to me and you tell me, look, I said this on the live the other day, but I'm saying it again, if that's a Saturn energy coming through, if you're obsessed with getting reading after reading after reading, and always wanting to find out where your twin flame is and where, blah, 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 then I'm going to get you to refocus on yourself, and focus on yourself, basically, to pull back your soul fragments, and pull back your power, because that's the way these powerful unions are going to come in. If you really get that it's about pulling back your energy, the soul retrieval. Right, so let's just read 36. Going to be a wee bit late for you guys. Yeah, self-love. It's all about self-love. And I am a walking example of that, because I've went from being a blubbering wreck, missing mine. Although I'm a very strong person, but like I said, I do have my moments to, I always miss him because he feels like home to me. But I crack on with it too, and I help all these other people, and you know what I mean? I know that's the last card in the book, so I feel, maybe it's the last chapter in a book of the pain, the victim consciousness. We're coming out of that, and we're becoming the Phoenix Rising. Wait on it, because it's the last of Scorpio season. So, your childhood wounds are creating a hole in your soul. So this actually connects with the one that I've just done in the membership. So yeah. So again, your choice where you want to join there. So, because like I said, it was a wee, I don't know, it was like just under 50 minutes. It was like a 10-minute, no, it was 10:10 it ended on, yeah. So something about 10 temporal. Yeah, it's a 10-minute video, and I'll just do like 10-minute videos for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when I burp. That's clearing energy. But yeah, if you join on that level, I'll also pull you a card, because like I said, I usually only do the card readings on the new moon, but I felt guided to do personal ones there as well. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life. Oh my god, I knew that was for a reason. Everything I wear is for a reason. The colour, so this is very heart chakra to me, but whatever it is to you. And I almost put on my ankh, and then the chain fell out the ankh, and I was like, oh, I'm going to put on the wee eagle, and then look, like, I pulled an eagle card twice in the shorts, and the Phoenix Rising. So that's why they wanted me to do that. Again, there's always a reason. One way your childhood wounds disrupt an extraordinary life is through low-grade depression, experiences perpetual empty feeling. This could also be like the dark night of the soul. If as a child you tried to make everything all right by picking up the pieces of your family dramas, see how it connects to what I said was in the membership, then you adopted a false self. When you lose your authentic self, you disconnect from your true feelings, needs, and desires. Instead, you wear a mask to make others feel more comfortable. Being detached leads to profound loneliness and isolation, as you're always mourning your true self. This card encourages you to discover your true self through learning about your childhood and mourning the abandonment and neglect you felt. Now, I have to say, this message is actually feeling more like a collective message, which is why, yeah, like I said, I'm just noticing the shift in, so it would be quite interesting if you let me know if you're not a twin flame and this is resonant. You can let me know privately by emailing as well, but twin flames or not twin flames, I feel the right people are going to find this. So this is the action. Find a safe place. Use coloured pencils to draw several masks. Each mask needs to represent an aspect of your false self, such as a good girl or boy, saviour, slave, rebel, victim, overachiever. Take time to write or draw the qualities you feel each false self contains. Turn on some powerful music. Put on a mask and move in a way that you feel the mask requires for you to express yourself and feel the feelings you may have suppressed. Once you've completed the dance, take off the physical mask and burn it. Then imagine energetically taking off the false mask you wear in front of various people. Give yourself permission to be your real self. Imagine a person in front of you who you feel doesn't accept you. Well, that's quite powerful. Say, I'm going to be. Oh, this, yep. I knew they were gonna. I knew they wanted me to. If you watch the one in the membership, which is only 2 people in that level just now, you'll see how this connects. Because I was like, oh, that's a shame this didn't come out for everyone, but this is a really powerful one. So again, if you want the extra one, you'll need to join the membership. And there's other perks there, but yeah, imagine a person in front of you who you feel doesn't accept you, right? And listen to these words. I'm going to betray you now and recover my true self. Now imagine this person saying to you, I understand you and I encourage you to become the person you're meant to be. Now, I happen to believe that 11:11, so we're in the 11:11 portal because that was just yesterday's and filming this. I happen to believe that could be really quite emotional if your family member or someone happens to be in spirit that you were saying that to. So I really do hope you felt the love coming in from them, because like I say all the time, it can be the people in the physical that when they pass on to the spirit world that actually support you the most, believe it or not. It's what I've seen time and time again in sessions. Now the speak up came up when I pulled it, and yeah, have faith whatever you're in, and I really hope this wee message helps someone.